just came in. Hello, sweetheart. And Miss Patty, guys, mwah, it's good to see you ladies. Okay, we're at the top of the hour, so let's go ahead and get our party started again. Thank each and every one of you for being here today for our Super Saturday special ILCA overview and public crypto talk. My name is your Queen Connectress, Miss Marnita Casa, and I am your humble hostess for today. Now, it is my honor to introduce you all to a man that for over 25 years dominated the direct sales industry. His cryptocurrency education is used by companies and universities worldwide. Now, for over 8 years, he dedicated his life to learning about blockchain technology and cryptocurrency, but he didn't just stop there. He decided to go out and share his information with the masses, and this was done by putting on fun and exciting Bitcoin boot camps nationwide at no cost. He has built wonderful platforms like you see before you now. So without further ado, it is my honor to introduce you all to Mr. Brandon Ivey.
All right, all right, all right. Good morning, good morning. Thank you, Miss Casa, for that introduction. And again, I have to give it back to Miss Casa for all the hard work that she's putting in and hosting all of our meetings and presentations and the backbone behind everything that happens with ILCA that you guys see that's taking place. She's a mother, a wife, and a business owner, and always present for all of you to help out as well. So thank you, Miss Casa, for all of your hard work. And everybody else, welcome this Saturday morning. I hope that you are prepared to have a great weekend. I know we've had a tumultuous past 2 weeks. In fact, maybe since September 1st, we've had a tumultuous 2 weeks so far. And there's a lot of people out there that is afraid, that is scared, that is worried. There's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt about what the world is doing right now, how things are moving, and sometimes people can feel helpless in that space as well. And one of the things that I always go back to what Jim Rohn was always teaching about is that you can't control the things that happen to you in life, but you can control how you respond to them. And it's not always easy to do. And there's a lot of times I'm frustrated, a lot of things that are out of my control that I can't handle and can't do anything. Well, I can always handle it that I can't do anything about, but I can react and respond in the best way that I can. And that's what ILCA is all about. ILCA is about being able to take control of your situation, whether it's financial, whether it's education, whether it's learning about new technology. What Bill Gates said in 2014, he said that Bitcoin represents freedom. This is a complete decentralization movement where you literally have freedom of your resources, control of your own money, which means control of your destiny. Without resources, you're not going to go very far. And I always do a series called The River of Money. If you're stuck in any type of position, the way out of it is at least get yourself in a new position. Put yourself in front of where the river of money is. All the millionaires do it, all the billionaires do it. They may not broadcast it. This is why I always say, don't listen to what they say, follow what they do. I got to go back to, and I always do this because it's very important to me, May of 2017. Now, up until that point, this year I celebrate my 26th year in the direct selling industry and since 2012, my 13th year of being financially independent, which is one of my greatest days. I call it my freedom day, the day that I fired my boss, the day that I worked for myself. And I've been doing that ever since. But I've always had to navigate and change things along the way. I'm not doing the same thing today as I did the day I walked off my job, but the results are still the same. I'm still my own boss, because I understood and learned certain things that as the only constant in life is change. And if you're not willing to change and learn, then you're going to end up like Blockbuster Video. And I've been very, very good at doing that. So when May of 2017 rolled around, I learned two things that completely changed my perspective of where my future was going. The first is that blockchain technology is going to disrupt every single industry on the planet today. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, whether you trust it or understand it, your opinion of this is irrelevant. It's going to happen anyway, and it already is. Just start looking around. The second thing that I learned is that cryptocurrency represents the greatest economic shift in wealth in the history of mankind for the most amount of people. And that last part is important when I say the most amount of people. I was just did a last Sunday. I was in Long Beach doing a speech, and I asked the crowd, how many of you had to participate in the gold rush? How many of you had the opportunity to participate in the oil boom, or your ancestors or family members? How many of you had the opportunity to not just be a part of, but to invest when the internet boom started to kick off in the early 2000s and the end of the 90s? You see, a lot of those things you had to be in the right place at the right time, born in the right family, speak the right language, have the right education, have the right skin color. Maybe your daddy owns the company. You see, when this movement, it doesn't matter who you are. You only need three things: a cell phone, access to the internet, and a willingness to learn with no other barrier of entry. Now, I'm here to solve the third thing that most people don't have access to, which is how do I learn this stuff? You already have the first two. You already have a phone and you have access to the internet. You just need to know what this is all about. You can't play the game unless you're on the field. And one of my goals with ILCA is that, especially starting January of 2026, I'm already planning ahead. My goal is that there should be nobody inside of ILCA that within 24 months should not be earning a full-time income from home. I cannot guarantee that you're going to do that. What I can guarantee is that we're going to put you in position to do it, but you have to do the work. You have to be able to take what you've learned and apply it. There's a difference. And if you take what we're teaching and you apply it, you will be in position to do that. Most people don't do that last part, that's apply. So that is my goal with ILCA. But I also had a couple of other revelations too. I'm looking at things in a different way, even though I've been creating crypto educational courses since 2018. And I'm well versed in this space, but there's always room to learn more. And every week I learn more. And there's two things that I learned this week that are giving me a different way on how to look at this. When I say that blockchain technology is going to disrupt every single industry on the planet, that means that this movement is from a technological perspective, technology. The technology that we're looking at is greater than the internet. That's going to span what I call Web 3.0. But this week I learned something that showed that the way I was looking at this, it was too small. It's bigger than that. It's capitalism 2.0, which leads into when I say that this is the greatest economic shift in wealth in the history of mankind, because we're now putting you in a position to change how resources is being allocated and used. And now everybody has access to these resources. The capitalist system that has dominated the planet since World War II underneath the United States and the US dollar is fundamentally changing rapidly. Capitalism 2.0. And we are in a unique position. Every person on the planet, it doesn't matter your country, you don't have to be an American to participate. Every person on the planet has the ability to join this modern day gold rush and shape it that's taking place right now. So, what I want to talk about, well, my focus today, because the last few weeks our focus was on our partnership program. I want to go back to the beginning of the entry into ILCA is our 5-day challenge. Once a month for 5 days, we for 1 hour a night, we talk about blockchain and crypto. We pick a different topic. My theme this year has been security, understanding what the technology is, and then understanding how you can protect yourself. Because for the first time in your life, you are in control of your own resources, which also means with great power comes great responsibility. We were never taught to be custodials of our own security or our own finances and resources. We've always been taught to use somebody else, a third party, that we're not capable. It's not that we're not capable, we were just never taught. So that is a huge thing in this space that we want to prepare you for. We want to explain to you what this technology is, what is the cryptocurrency behind it for the financial revolution. So there's a technological revolution, financial revolution, and then how to enter the space with wallets and how do I purchase crypto and what is it, to security. How do I secure my resources, self-custody? What are the pros and cons of using different strategies, and in what ways are the scammers and thieves out there looking to do to get into my wallet and steal your stuff? Because that is a professional industry. In fact, you even have North Korea that an entire wing of their government, their only job is to search around the world to steal crypto from the uneducated folks that's in this space. So our education never actually stops. It continues going. And for those that are brand new and don't understand, why should I even be in this? I don't understand it. Well, I'm not willing to pay any money because I hear people losing money in Bitcoin and crypto. We don't charge for this. The 5 day challenge is free. It's only going to take an hour out of your time a night. I have one, I just thought of another person I'm going to have coming on. I have one locked in guest speaker is going to be Professor Oscar Sistrunk from Morehouse College. Will be speaking. I'll probably have him on Wednesday night, and he's going to be talking literally about like the Bitcoin halving. We're now reaching the 18th month period since the last halving that took place, and we're about to see a new all-time high of not just Bitcoin, but of the entire crypto space. And then you need to understand what happens after that. See, a lot of people always want to get in when the train and the rocket ship's taken off, but they don't know how to act when it starts to come back down to earth. So he's going to be talking a little bit about that. But that's what we do once a month. Not only that, we're giving away free stuff. So just by registering, you're going to receive an email notification with instructions where you will be receiving a free ebook called Bitcoin for Beginners. Not only will you have a free ebook, you're also going to have access to 10 brand new free elementary style lessons. You know, ChatGPT back about a year or two ago said that the only con or criticism that they had about ILCA is that they said we weren't giving away enough free stuff. Well, we solved that problem. We're giving away a bunch of free stuff. You get a free ebook, you're getting a free 5 day challenge, and you're getting 10 free courses that is done elementary style. You know, a competitor of mine tried to make fun of or a jab at my company by saying that it was a little bit too advanced, that it's not broken down for the basics. And I laugh at that. I mean, that's like telling a NASA scientist that you're too advanced in knowledge. This is the information. You're gonna have to learn it. There's only so many ways you can dumb it down. And I've already created this, and I like to say in a way that my mom can understand, not because she's slow by any means, but she's technologically challenged, which a lot of people are. So I made it in a way that if you are technologically challenged, that this would make sense to you. But then I even broke it down even more elementary style. So if you're in a position to say, Brandon, you need to break it down to me even more, I got you on that too. We're able to do that. And the lessons are not long. We're not talking about that you got to block off a whole time out of your schedule. They're 3 to 5 minutes long each. I think 5 minutes might be the longest, 2 to 3 minutes each, just to give you kind of a basic background. And that was my first experiment. I'm probably going to redo those 10 as well and spruce them up and maybe have some animations and stuff going on. But it's just, basic 10 lessons that you get for free. And then you join our 5 day challenge. And now, after the 5 day challenge, you'll have enough information to say, I think this might be a community that I want to be a part of to continue. I think this might be a community that I want to be part of that 100 people that Brandon's talking about to be able to earn a full-time income. We want to take 9 to 5ers and show them how to earn anywhere between $2,500 to $10,000 on a monthly basis and more. At least I have you positioned to do that. Again, you have to do the work. You have to apply what you're taught. I learned how to trade, and it took me 4 months before I actually hit the button to actually trade. And you know what happened? I made 6 figures in the 3.5 months after I started to do that. And it's allowed me to still be able to work from home, not have to go back to a 9 to 5 type job. I'm applying what I've learned, and now I'm teaching what I've learned that I already know that works. We have a group called the River of Money. In fact, 2026, we're going to be very heavily focused on money-making opportunities or in positions. My one goal, though, is to really have the focus being on passive, the ability to earn without having to sell a physical product and without having to recruit passively. And we'll have programs available in and outside of the crypto space. But not only be able to earn, but to know what to do with it once you get it. The first time that I started to have sex in this industry, not the crypto industry and just the direct sales industry, I was never taught what to do once I've made the money outside of spending it. No, you make some extra money. What do you want to do? Spend it. So, what about investing it? But if I'm going to invest it, where do I invest it? I mean, if you're going to invest it in the crypto space, oh, you definitely need to know what you're doing because I have not met a single person in crypto that has not lost money in crypto. Not one. Every single, in fact, that's one guarantee you will lose money in this space. However, your education will minimize what you lose and you'll earn and gain far more than you've lost. That's the key. Education is key. Education is everything. And as you see on the screen here, we have a new page that we'll be utilizing for the 5-day challenge for people to use to register. The first thing is, if you are watching this for the first time, you want to get back to the person who's invited you or introduced you to ILCA. They will give you a link. In fact, I know Ms. Costa is very excited about, she figured something out here for all of our affiliates so that you'll have a one link that goes to everything that you'll be able to share. So she'll be speaking to you guys more about that soon. But if you are brand new, get back to the person who's invited you and they'll give you the right link. For those of you that are not, the main link is myilca.com. This is the beginning of everything. myilca.com. So it's going to bring you here. Learn crypto the simple way from zero to confident in 10 free sessions. Unlock the basics of money, blockchain, wallets, and digital security with ILCA's free beginner-friendly video series. No hype, no jargon, just real knowledge to prepare you for the future of finance. Oh, am I using the wrong link? Because I'm on myilca.com. Let me see.
No, Mr.
ILCA.
Ivy. No, you're fine, sir. You could either use myilca.com or you can use
Oh, I see what happened.
ILCA. Yeah, /5. Yes, sir.
I see. So myilca.com brings you to the 5-day challenge. No, that's the 5-day challenge page, the home page. Okay, I see what you're saying. All right. So myilca.com or ilca.app/5-day. So learn crypto the simple way, just real knowledge to prepare you for the future of finance. Sign up for free. People love that word free. 5 days to crypto confidence, free training with ILCA, and about who I am, what others are saying. 100% free, 10 free lessons. Still not sure. Do I need any prior crypto knowledge to start? No, not at all. The 10 free sessions are designed for complete beginners. You start with what is money before diving into wallets, keys, and blockchain. How much time do I need to complete the free lessons? Well, each video, actually, we got to change this. Each video is under 5 minutes long. You can finish all 10 in just a couple of hours. Actually, you can finish all 10 in an hour or spread them out at your own place. What happens after the free sessions? Well, you'll get an invite to tour our 5-day free crypto challenge where you apply what you've learned with guidance, Q&A, and community support. And that part is the biggest. Q&A. When I was first learning crypto, there was no agency, organization, or anything to teach me this stuff. I had to learn on my own. And when I did run into questions, you know who the first people I went to? People who made money in this space, right? Obviously, if they made money in this space and they know what they're doing, I went to people that I know had already made millions in Bitcoin and crypto. And I started asking them questions, and I quickly learned that I knew more about it than they did. And I'm like, how are you? You don't know what's going on. This I don't need to know. Bitcoin just keeps going up. Well, that's not always true. Over time, yes, but it is a volatile market. But all they knew was they got involved with businesses that put a compensation plan together and wrapped it around some Bitcoin project. And that's how they were making their money. They didn't actually understand what was going on and taking place. So there was nowhere I could go to ask questions. Here, oh, you have that ability every day in our community. So we have Q&A and community support. Now, you might say, well, Brandon, I signed up for that, but I see a $49 month membership. What is that? Well, what this is you're going to have access to 200 plus training videos. Actually, we gotta update this. The $49 you're going to get right now. You get 15. You get Bitcoin 101 basically. Training videos, crypto talks, advanced master classes. But here's the biggest. This gives you access to our private ILCA community and our inner circle crypto talks that we do Monday through Thursday at no well, just for the private community, the inner circle members. And those inner circle members will tell you that the inner circle is priceless. It is the backbone. In fact, every Saturday I do it openly for the public. I don't get into as much detail as I would for the inner circle, but I give you guys kind of an idea on what it is that we cover and we go through. This is where I learn every day also. Can I cancel my membership at any time? Yes. There's no contract or anything with us. Is crypto safe? Well, like any financial system, there are risks. That's why ILCA teaches security basics, how to protect your wallet, keys, and avoid scams before you invest. In fact, I have 4 things I have learned, or 4 rules. It's like my prime directive for those of you that understand Star Trek. 4 rules that I live by in this space. Number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Number 2, never invest money you cannot afford to lose. Number 3, always get a return back as fast as possible. You're here to make profit. And number 4, you got to set your goals. Where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now, 5 years from now? What are you willing to do to make that happen? Make a decision, and then you work backwards. See, a lot of people, one of the main reasons why they don't get where they want to go in life because they don't know where they want to go. What do you mean, Brandon? You ask somebody what they want in life, and 9 times I want to be happy, I want to make more money. More money does not equate to happiness. It doesn't. What is your purpose? What's your ultimate goal? And not only that, they also don't think about that because they think, I don't know what to do to make it happen. I don't think I can do these things. So you're like a rudderless ship that's sailing out into the ocean with no destination, a cruise to nowhere. Most people are going through life like that. They can't see past the every 15 days when they get their paycheck. So this is stretching you a bit. What is your ultimate goal? Figure that out first, and then you work backwards. Take it a step by step at a time. Find a vehicle, take action, Do not get distracted. See, here's another problem in the crypto space is that when I say that blockchain technology is going to disrupt every industry, I mean that. That means there's going to be opportunity everywhere. You have limited resources. You cannot be involved in everything, which means sometimes you're going to have to say no to great opportunities. A lot of people that not necessarily close to me, but that are associated with me, that always want to send me opportunities. I've got on my door right now at least three opportunities that people are trying to beat over my head. And these are good opportunities. So far, I've seen that they work and people are making money with them. And I still said no. And they don't understand why. I don't think it's a scam or I don't think it's bad. So why are you saying no? Don't millionaires need to have multiple streams of income? Yes. But I can't be involved in everything. I have already a goal set and a game plan, and I'm executing it. And when the time is right, I'll be open to some other things because those things don't fit into the game plan today. So if you're in 50 great opportunities, you're not going to do as well as if you are focused on the several few. And then once you get those where they need to be, then you add extra opportunities. I learned that also the hard way too. I have multiple streams of income because I found one stream of income, made money with it, then I can add something else. Everybody else wants to jump in 10 things and see which one's going to work. Is crypto safe? Depends on your level of education. If you have no education, crypto is very, very dangerous. Because more than likely, you're going to make the wrong moves. You're going to invest in the wrong things. And best or worst case scenario, you're going to get it stolen from you one way or another. You're going to lose it. Will I learn how to actually buy and use crypto? Absolutely. And why ILCA and not YouTube or Google? After 6 months of going on YouTube and Google, I realized that 50% of the information that I received was incorrect. The other 50% was outdated. ILCA is more than just our videos, our streaming videos. I could just shut everything else down that I do that's live, call a marketing team, and just market my courses out there and leave it at that. ILCA is about the community. You're not just learning from me, you're learning from each other, and I also learn from you guys. We have, at least right now in our inner circle, 4 new crypto-based tokens that if you're listening to me right now, you're not in the inner circle, you don't know about. 4 of them that are in pre-launch. Now, does that mean all 4 are going to work? No. You only need one of them to. But I did not discover these 4. The community did. The community brought it to our inner circle. So you don't just learn from me. I also learn from you guys as well. It's the community. So in other words, what's the difference? You're getting me live. We're accessible. So start learning now. It's 100% free. So all you got to do is register. And when you register, you will receive an email with further information and instructions on what to do next. And you'll be able to join our community. Once you buy something within ILCA2, you'll be added to or invited to our private community chat group on Telegram. We've got multiple things, and this is just the beginning. So now what I want to do is I want to switch over to giving you guys a sneak peek at, well, what do we do in the inner circle? Monday through Thursday, that's only private. Brandon, I see you posting on Facebook every morning some headlines. And you talk and you say today on Crypto Talk. How do I get into that Crypto Talk? Well, go back to or go to ilca.app. And it's this one right here. Just ilca.app and click on the gold membership and sign up. Click on that and follow the instructions, and you'll be invited into our Monday through Thursday inner circle. One of the first things that I do is we got to see what's going on in the markets. No, not that one. Where is it? First, traditional markets. What do the traditional markets do? The Dow, S&P 500, stock exchange stuff. Oh, wow. So we are up 172 points in the last 24 hours in the Dow. S&P 500 is up. Nasdaq's also up 160 points. Europe, go back to gold. Gold is reaching all-time highs if you haven't been paying attention. The Fed cut the interest rates. So you're going to see some results from that. Oil is slightly up. Europe, slightly in the red. Asia, deeper into the red. Yeah, deep red. See, the crypto market has responded to the news of this past week. Slightly up 0.4%. Those of you in the inner circle, you heard the predictions I made about the crypto space. So we're up slightly 0.4%. Bitcoin dominance is at 55.7. Ethereum is at 13.1. Bitcoin is slightly up 0.2%, sitting at 116,000. One of the things that experts were watching this to see, will this be able to break 117,000, or will it be able to stay above 113,000 by the end of this past week or Friday? So we ended Friday, we're at 116,000 right now. Ethereum is at 44.99. Since this is Saturday, we got to look week to week. Since the last time I did a public crypto talk. So we're up 0.2% on Bitcoin for the week. Ethereum, though, was down 4.1%. The graph still kind of looks the same. Ripple's down 4.7%. Let's see. BNB is up 9%. Whoa. These are all-time high numbers for BNB. Just 21 minutes ago, BNB hit an all-time high. See, this is why education is so important. I didn't even need to look at that. I knew just looking at this number, like, wait a minute. This looks like an all-time high. BNB's over $1,000 a coin. You know what kicks me? The summer of 2017, I remember BNB at 60 cents. $1,000 a coin right now. All-time low, October. Look at this. October 19th, 2017. I was in crypto. I was 2 months active in crypto at that time. 33 cents. 3 cents. It is up 2.57 million%. Let me repeat this, okay? You guys know what you was doing in October 2017? BNB was around 4 cents. It is up 2.57 million%. I don't want to get into crypto. Okay. Yeah, that's a new all-time high, literally 21 minutes ago. Solana is up 0.1%. Doge, on the other hand, went the opposite direction, down 9.6%. Cardano down 3.9. Tron down 1.3. Chainlink down 5.9. Hype down 0.5. So we got a little mixed basket here on the past week. Avalanche, though, went the other way, 13.1% in the green. Stellar's down 4.6. You want a dream mode BNB off of $1,000 back then? People can't fathom this number. All right, let's dream mode BNB. October 2017. You had $1,000 and you got BNB. Oops, not percentage. At point, let's be exact, 0.03982. You would have had 25,113 tokens, BNB tokens. And you were wise enough, either you were wise enough, you forgot you had it, or you got those diamond hands for whatever reason, you didn't sell until 2025. What is that worth today? $1,118.78. $25.5 million. Hmm. Look at James Davis, one of my biggest bags, B&B. So those of you in the inner circle, those four projects that we see that's still in the pre-sale that most people don't know about, all it takes is one. All it takes is one. Let me bring this down to earth a little bit more for the average person. What if you just had $100? That's 2.5 million. You just don't know when, where, or which one, because there are plenty of other tokens that came out at the same time as BNB that are dead and gone today. The one token that I made more money in one day than most people make a year on a job is dead in the water today. I just knew when to get in and when to get out. Education. While others thought that it was going to continue to go to the moon because they didn't know how to read the charts. And they lost all their money because they're still sitting on it. You want to know what token that was? Um, oh, what was it? Elect Electronium. ETN? Yeah, yeah, this one. I also learned a lesson too because all that money hit one of my centralized accounts and my account got frozen. And so I learned a hard lesson off of that about having multiple wallets and different utility wallets to do different things. Yeah. Yeah, I sold this in January when it was up here. I sold it at 17 cents. And people thought this was going to go to $1 by the summertime that year, 2018. It didn't, as I predicted. And now it's sitting at 0.002 cents. But it was my crypto education that got me on this, not the success of this project, because the project is a failure. So that means you can still make money on bad projects if you are educated and you know what to do. James, remember what that was. You make money on that one too, James? ETN? I got in on the pre-sale of that September or October 2017. I actually forgot about it until um, when I started looking at that again, end of December, beginning of January. And the reason I forgot about it because at that time I wasn't as educated as I am now. And I was involved in a lot of projects. So just like I got in ETN, there have been maybe 7 or 8 others that I also got in on pre-sales that went absolutely nowhere. So don't think I was just a one-time, one-hit wonder on this. There were many other failures. This one just hit, but I knew what to do. And when I saw what was going on, because they were hyping it up that this thing was going to go to $1, and I looked at the charts and I said, no, it's not. I could have sold it at 21 cents. Well, what was the all-time high here? 20 cents. That's when I could have sold it. But my trade-in buddy at the time, I call his name out, Jairus Coleman. Nah, B, we don't need the money. It's gonna keep going up. And I didn't. And I waited like 2 or 3 days. And I said, no, no, I'm selling this thing. I sold it at 17 cents. Made a bag off of that. All right. Back to this. Let's see. Over the past week, the best performers, Immutable, IMX, and look at this, ladies and gentlemen. What did we discover in Crypto Talk? Hash. Just I got to share this because I we take notes. What day was that? September 2nd. No, I had watch Figure Heloc. September 3rd, buy Figure Heloc. What about hash? When did I first make note of that? Oh yeah. August 25th, I put down hash. At the time, it was 0.026 cents. Right now, that's doubled in price. It's over 4 cents. Does it pay to be in the inner circle? Just off of that news alone, you would have doubled your money. Inner Circle members, you know what I'm talking about. So the last week, it went up 21.8%, 17% in the last 24 hours. And I've been talking about this for 2 weeks now in Crypto Talk and the exchange that you get it on. By the way, my new phone is finally, see, here's that I got two duplicates. This was my old Z Fold. It still works. And this is my new one. So now that my new one's here, I spent all day yesterday getting everything transferred over, and it has been a pain. I hate having to do all that and all the passwords and oh my goodness. But now that it is there, I'm going to go ahead and finish getting the figure markets exchange all loaded up and start moving on some things. All right, let's see. Near Protocol is up 14. Avalanche is up 13.1. Pump, my diamond members. That reminds me, I need to look at my Kraken account. We took 4 different positions on there to see if those hit. Pump.fun is up 12.4. Story. Ah, Marnita, did you hit your mark on this? It is up 12.6% over the last week. So if you're still sitting on that, you should have hit your mark. M is up 9.8%. Let's see. BNB at 9%. BitGet token, World Liberty Financial. You guys know who this token is tied to? The Trump family. Monero, Bitcoin Cash. Okay, who's the worst performers over the past week? Aster. This one, did this hit our radar? I didn't write this down. It's brand new. It's not even a week old though. It's brand new. It went up 94%. Well, hold up. Who is this? Already has a $2.1 billion market cap. Up 122% over the last day, week. How old is this? Came out September 18th, so it's 2 days old. So up 122% over the past week. But it's a BNB based token, Binance Chain. How many tokens? 8 billion. So you guys know in the inner circle, how high could this possibly go just based on how many tokens is available? And all-time high was 24 minutes ago, $1.28. All-time low 3 days ago, 9 cents. This was not on our radar screen. Unless you guys did we catch this? Pancake Swap, Uniswap, Aster. So if I dream mode this, let's just say for example, 3 days ago, put $100 on this, you would have received 0.099, 1,010 tokens, and today that would be worth $1,262. Okay, up 1,154%, 10 cents. All right, that one just hit our radar screen. We'll keep an eye on that one. Aster, Bonk, down 13%. Ethna, MYX Finance. We also know who they're tied to. And it did exactly what I said it was going to do. You guys remember that? I told the inner circle what this was going to do. And look at that. Pepe, down 10.8. Maddox down 10.7. Shiba Inu, Doge, Uniswap, Arbitrum, Official Trump, Kronos. All right. Next thing we do is what's going on in the news? And this is always a little bit tricky. And since I'm public, I want to say this. You know, there's nothing more emotional to people than religion and politics. And once you have a belief in something, you hold on to that belief like it's your last dying breath. And you're very wary of change or that anything outside is going to change that belief. So when it comes to our community, we all have opinions on things. Our goal is not to try to persuade or change anybody's opinion. We want to respect whatever opinions and belief you have. Keep them. I'm not here to debate that with you. What I do is I acknowledge what's going on. Because what's going on in the world impacts our portfolios, our money, our finances. You can't have your head in the sand because something's being said that you don't like, or something's being done in the world that you have feelings about. Can't ignore it. We don't ignore it. All we do is acknowledge what's happening and then figure out how we're going to navigate what's happening, not change what's happening, not debate what's happening, not try to tell somebody they're wrong or right. That's irrelevant. How's that impacting my pocketbook on what's taking place? How do we move based on this information? That is the ultimate goal. Now we're all human, including myself. And I try hard. I try very hard. I'm a Morehouse man. I'm a black man in America. And there's a lot of things that impact me, my family, and my community personally. And there's two things that I will never ignore: racism, sexism, bigotry. These things I will never be on the sidelines about, and I will always speak about. However, there's always a time and a place. Soon in the future, I will be creating a separate podcast. I'm gonna call it Brandon Ivey Unleashed, where I can feel free to express my own positions and personals and go crazy out there. But it will not be inside of ILCA. All right. And I ask that our community respects that in their own positions at the same time. We're just going to cover the facts. And I know even that's tricky because not everybody can agree that what is fact and what is not. So that's difficult as well. But we try as best we can. So, and I do not read these articles beforehand. Miss Casa has a group called Making Moves with YE on Facebook. And every morning, she just dumps a bunch of articles, headlines of the day. And I go through here, and whatever ones catch my eye and attention, especially based on I feel what's happening, because I only got a short amount of time. I used to do 2 crypto talks a day back in the day, early morning and late night. And that was in 2018, 19, and 20. Now I only do one, and there's more news today than there was then. I can't keep up with everything. So there's things we're gonna miss. So I try to, in the time we have, pick out some articles that are pertaining to what we have going on and what we're doing. Like, oh my gosh, sometimes it- equality will always look like a threat to people who are used to privilege. Is there anything wrong with that statement? Let me repeat it more slowly. Equality will always look like a threat to people who are used to privilege. Oh, that's triggering people. Bad. Oh my gosh, really? Really? Off of this simple, easy quote, I'm getting someone's soliloquy. Reduction of complex, neglect of it. Really? That's what I'm talking about. I mean, I can't even say equality without people getting triggered. Anyways, let's pull up this first article here. Fraudulent token scheme smashed as judge delivers crushing $3.34 million blow. Who is this? Oh, y'all that live in Colorado. Colorado slams fraudulent crypto scheme with a $3.34 million judgment. Oh yeah, I asked this question as well. Has anybody heard any updates on Bitcoin Rodney? I haven't heard anything in almost 2 years now. Any new news on his situation? So Colorado slams fraudulent crypto scheme with three. Yeah, I did ask Pi, and Pi gave me the same information we had. Nothing new has been released. So let's see here. Token collapse exposes lavish misuse of investor funds. What? Skip. The Colorado Division of Securities announced on September 16th that Denver District Court Judge Heidi L. Kuchar ruled against Index Coin LLC. Anybody heard of Index Coin LLC and its founders, Eli and Caitlin Regalado, for committing securities fraud in violation of the Colorado Securities Act? The decision followed a 3-day trial in May and resulted in a $3.34 million judgment. The civil action originated in January 2024 when Securities Commissioner Tung Chan filed fraud charges. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Index Coin raised nearly 3.4 million from more than 300 individuals. The complaint alleged that the regulados targeted, there we go, Christian communities in Denver and made numerous misrepresentations and omissions to lure investors. In crypto, and really in business, you know, you you cannot make moves based on emotions. And what did I say at the very beginning? The two things that people get most emotional about is religion and politics. And in some cases, they both are the same for some people. Their religion is their politics. So they use people's emotions based on religion. And if we're in Denver, I can already guess what the politics are to get people to spend their money. Despite lacking technical expertise and receiving an auditor's report rating, they're coined at 0 out of 10 for security. This is where crypto education comes in. So even if you're moved by your religion and your politics, if you're educated, you will see the red flags. See, we teach what to look out for despite lacking technical expertise. That's like, I don't know, a company deciding to choose a crypto education off of someone whose qualification ain't nowhere near mine. Or how about, oh yeah, we don't even have an auditor's report. Really? You ain't been audited? You're rated 0 out of 10, but I'm gonna give you your money because we're Christians. And they called it the Kingdom Wealth Exchange. Red flags. The regulados had no other source of income at the time. That's something else too. Whenever I have not done this in a while. In fact, the last time I did this was March of 2024, where whenever there's a project that it might have caught my eye, I interview the people behind the project in front of everybody. So we get an idea of who they are, what their background is, what they're all about, you know, because I can tell you something. And these people had no experience and no income before, and they convinced 300 people to give them money. What you think was going to happen? They used investor money to fund a lavish lifestyle that included jewelry, luxury ski and yachting trips, designer clothes, dental work, and even a Range Rover. See, a lot of people think, Brandon, you have ILCA to make money. No, you guys don't. I'm operating this at a loss, actually. I don't need ILCA to make my money. ILCA was created because I want to give back. I want to teach and educate the community. If not, I'd be charging $1,000 a month like another Brandon out there was doing. And you only got his time once a week for $1,000 a month for 1 hour. And people were paying it. Really? I charge 49 bucks. Are you kidding me? I'm not buying a Range Rover off of $49 subscriptions. Beyond the civil ruling, a Denver grand jury indicted the couple in July on 40 criminal counts related to the same scheme. Commissioner Chan described the outcome as both justice for victims and reassurance for legitimate cryptocurrency projects that regulatory enforcement can safeguard small investors from fraud. Education will get you, not caught up in this stuff. NBA star Kevin Durant reclaims old Bitcoin, ending years of Coinbase lockout. So, NBA star Kevin Durant's long lost Bitcoin stash is finally recovered amplifying Coinbase's customer service rebound. Okay, no, let me stop right there. The only reason he was able to get into his account is because his name is Kevin Durant. This is one of the problems I have with Coinbase and centralized exchanges. Why? Yes, I recommend a beginner that has never done anything in crypto before to buy their Bitcoin for the first time using Coinbase in the United States. That's the safest, especially if you don't know what the hell you're doing. But I also teach Coinbase is not where you want to keep your crypto. It's just your entry. Then you want to move it to your own wallets after that. Then there's a lot of reasons why Coinbase, I mean, they do some things. But because of his public profile, he was probably able to get them to actually do what they should have done and get access to his own freaking account. National NBA star Kevin Durant had his Coinbase account restored after being locked out for years, according to Coinbase chief executive. So it took the CEO to get involved for him to get his account opened. We got this fixed, account recovery complete. Now, how many millions of customers does Coinbase have? Do they all get the Brian Armstrong treatment? No. Armstrong's statement followed remarks at CNBC's Game Plan conference in LA, where Durant and his agent, Rich Kleiman, outlined the prolonged challenges they face. What's the challenges? Durant originally bought Bitcoin on Coinbase in 2016 after hearing about the crypto from Golden State Warriors teammates. Isn't that how it is? A lot of people you hear about crypto at the water cooler on your job. So he heard about it from teammates and he just bought it. He didn't know what it was. He didn't get educated on it. He just bought it because his millionaire buddies bought it. They're probably out golfing. Bitcoin traded between $360 to 1,000 at that time. 2016? Nah, I didn't get to 1,000 until January, February 2017. Hold on, let me test my crypto knowledge of history. Let's go back. 2016, October, November, December. There we go. 2016. Oh, it got up to 900. 998. Okay. Well, at the end of 2016, got to 1,000. Yeah, okay, that statement's true. Compared with nearly 116,000 on Thursday. Neither Durant nor Kleiman disclosed the amount of his holdings. Yeah, that's smart. Don't put a target on your back, but you're Kevin Durant. Though both are investors in Coinbase through their business. Now the dots are starting to connect. So not only did they own or did he buy Bitcoin, but he also invested in Coinbase. That's why how he got Brian, what's his name again? Brian Armstrong. Let's see. Armstrong used the high profile case to highlight Coinbase's broader customer support. Really? If it was, it wouldn't have taken him 8 years or so to get access to his account. We're putting a big focus on getting better at customer support. Okay. At both ends, improving products so fewer people need support. Okay. And providing a faster, higher quality experience when you do. Okay. That's at least good news. We know customer support at Coinbase has been criticized. That's correct. We hear you. About time. We are consistently improving and want to bring you along the way. Okay. They want to boost automation with APIs and AI tools, cutting down chatbot barriers. Yeah, they hide behind the chatbots and strengthening live support. In August, our customer satisfaction hit an all-time high. Really? I have never in my history needed customer support for Coinbase. A good step forward, but we've got plenty more to do, he shared. Okay. Oh, that reminds me. Didn't I make a move last Thursday in Crypto Talk? Let me see here. Let me look at something here. I'm not going to open up my Coinbase account here. We're public. Whoa, 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 whoa. Because I wanted to be prepared for that rate cut. Okay. All right. I'm looking at something. I'm just not highlighting it. but I made money on that move. All right, let's go back. All right, Kevin Garnett. Last up, then I got to run. American sellout. Trump family linked world liberty. Accused of deals with U.S. adversaries. Uh-huh. Ah, thank you, Miss Guys. Let me see here. Yeah, you could go ahead and post that in the big group too. Everybody can see that. That was July 22nd, 2025. It's continued to January 22nd, 2026. Okay, yeah, yeah, post that since I brought it up publicly. You post it in the chat group so everybody can see that what that update is. American sellout. Trump family linked. World Liberty accused of deals with U.S. adversaries. And in crypto talk, I've been talking about this, haven't I? Trump's family linked World Liberty Financial of its tokens to sanctioned entities connected. Are you got to be kidding me. North Korea, Iran, and Russia. Should I be surprised? A Washington, D.C. based watchdog, Accountable.us, has accused the Trump family linked World Liberty Financial Inc. of selling hundreds of thousands of WLFI tokens to sanctioned entities with connections to North Korea and Iran. This, there is going to be so much scandal and uncovered in the next 2 years after the midterms. If if there's going to be a midterm, I have a I have a bad feeling that we're not going to have elections, or it's going to be done in a way that is going to guarantee only one result next year. American sellout. Some of the transactions involved a current cryptocurrency trader known as Schreider.eth, who purchased 600,000 WLFI tokens on the day of President Donald Trump's inauguration. The report claims World Liberty Financial completed this transaction with a trader whose wallets were previously blocked by Uniswap for illegal behavior. Oh, that reminds me. Don't answer this question publicly because this is just for you inner circle. But didn't we just learn something else last week that I didn't even know about when we talk about stable coins and whatnot? That's why I love crypto talk. Additionally, the company also sold nearly 3,500 WLFI tokens to a crypto trader using the Iranian crypto exchange Nobitex. It's not like that exchange is hidden. You know who that exchange is tied to. The crypto exchange has been accused by U.S. officials of enabling Iranian entities to bypass sanctions. So how in the world was WLFI on that exchange? Dealings with sanctioned entities allegedly continued after Trump's inauguration, but this time with an investor using a Russian-backed sanction-busting tool. People are going, oh, this is fake news. Since February 2nd, World Liberty Financial has sold over 10,000 WLFI tokens or sold user this wallet. This same user also used the A7, A5 crypto tokens. Okay, what if I play devil's advocate and I say, well, we don't know who this wallet is. How could WLFI know whose wallet this belongs to? They didn't know it was attached to Iranians or North Koreans. Blockchain's anonymous. When the wallet has already been flagged, you know who it is. You know where it's coming from. Ah, my goodness. Besides the designated entities, the report also states that World Liberty Financial sold tokens to 62 users who had used Tornado Cash, a crypto mixing platform sanctioned by the Biden administration in 2022. The Trump administration lifted those sanctions. Now, granted, I'm all for that actually, but it's the intent. Why? Why'd you lift the sanctions against Tornado Cash? And then all of a sudden, people you're invested with is using Tornado Cash to give you money. The report does, however, acknowledge that World Liberty Financial eventually took steps against designated. Okay, well, you should have led with that. But this action came well after the initial token sales ended. Aw, man. So you already took the money and then you put things in place. It says other outlets in early September, the company blocked a total of 272 wallets, with 5 of them blacklisted for high risk exposure. Did you do this before this news came out or after? However, the watchdog questioned why World Liberty Financial took so long to act, speculating that it may have been an effort to shield the company from potential. Yeah, that's what I said. When? When people talk about crimes, it's not the actual crime that gets somebody in trouble. It's actually the cover up. That's why they say, when did you know? And what did you do about it once you found out? Did you know the wallet that sent you money was flagged? It's not the wallet that sends. See, here's what happens. It's not the wallet that's sending money. It's that when they sent the money, they bought a token that went to their wallet. And that wallet is was flagged. That's what they said up here. They know those were blacked out wallets. Sell out, crypto trades, Iranian, and what exchange it was used on. They know this is an exchange. So they can't use the I didn't know deal. Just like what happened with me in Uphold, that they flagged my account because I was doing a transaction with another blacklisted wallet that I didn't know was blacklisted. I didn't know. But this is the reverse. All right, that is it for Crypto Talk for today. I hope you learned something new. As always, that's the point. What's happening next? Our 5-day challenge is Monday. Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Register. Go to ilca.app/5day and register, or myilca.com and register. It doesn't cost you anything except an hour of your time. And we're going to have a fun week this week. And I'm already preparing for next month. Next month, I want to have a special where the 5-day challenge is dedicated to the women in crypto, ladies in crypto. So I'll start looking at having special guest speakers, the women in the crypto industry in this space. And also, you know what? I haven't done this in a while, but if you guys know of any top women in the industry, you can put them in touch with me and I can invite them to be a guest speaker as well to share their story. So I'll be putting that word out after next week. So with that, take care, everybody. Register for the 5-day challenge, invite to the 5-day challenge, enjoy the rest of your weekend football time, and I will see you guys on Monday. Brandon Ivey out. Oh, and I got some music to play as well. ILCA, we got our own album list playlist. So I'll take care of you guys. Take care of you guys. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
They said we never learn the game, never break these chains, but now we hold the keys, and his name lit the flame. Brandon Ivey, ILCA, let's speak.
All came from the fire. came from the loss, from boardroom suits to paying the cost. Brandon Ivey, they ain't know his name, but it turned pain into power and broke the frame. Called him Bitcoin Brandon, now the streets know. Taught the block how to move, how to own, how to grow. No silver spoon, but he forged gold light. Now the people got a torch and they walking through the night.
But we hold the key
To the block and the chain,
to the block and the chain.
breaking every mental frame.
From wallets to wealth,
From silence to say,
so we rise with the code.
and we lead the way. We the new wave, we the new creed. Crypto for the people, planting every seed. Brandon gave us vision, now we on our road. This ain't just money, this is soul. Oh.
Taught a single mama how to stake and claim. Gave a young king purpose past the fame. 15 lessons, each one a key. No hype, just truth and financial peace. To the fire web breed.
Token of trade, he broke it down simple so we ain't afraid. Now my daughter speak value, my son know worth. ILCA changing how we move on earth. Oh.
They said we couldn't own it. They said we weren't meant to lead. But Brandon Ivey ain't asked for permission. He built the classroom, then he built the army. Now we building legacy.
Yeah.
The key
To the block and the chain,
to the ILCA.
breaking every mental frame.
From wallets to wealth,
From silence to say,
so we rise with the code.
and we lead the way. We the new wave, we the new creed. Crypto for the people, planting every seed. Brandon gave us vision, now we on our road. This ain't just money, this is soul. He ain't chase hype, he built the plan. Turned pain to purpose with his own bare hand. But now ILCA's the light on the hill. Hawk teaching us all how to earn and build. Dude, it's more than coin, it's more than trade, it's power, it's people. It's the Ivy League way. 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 It's the Ivy League. It's the Ivy League way.
They taught us how to survive, but never how to own. He flipped that script, now we hold the code.
ILCA Brandon Ivey.
Keys in my hand, no lock, no leash.
Brandon taught the streets how to build and teach.
Hint, from the crash to the chain, now the code run deep.
ILCA got them earning while they sleep.
Yeah, niggas broke with no vision, now they crypto lit.
Bad to the girls in the trap, you can own that.
I believe where the hustle get clean.
Oh, now we stack on the chain and we flip that dream. Came from the gutter, but I taught like a bank. Lessons in my mind, whole vision and rank. They were scamming the hood, I brought game to the block. Now my course more valuable than a chain or a Glock. LCA, that's legacy class. 15 deep in the first still blast. Taught the trap boys how to mine that coin, and the aunties how to stake and earn in the joint. No gimmicks, just digits and truth. Crypto don't sleep, so I teach to the youth. Brandon Ivey, I don't flip the script. Turn pain to a purpose and a vision legit. Now I move through the code like a boss in stealth. Digital rebel with generational wealth. From the street like glow to the web and north flame. I ain't selling the dream, I'm changing the game.
Keys in my hand, no lock, no leash.
Brandon taught the streets how to build and teach.
From the crash to the chain, now the code run deep.
ILCA got them earning while they sleep.
They was broke with no vision, now they crypto lit.
Yeah, to the girls in the trap, you can own that
They lead where the hustle get clean.
Now we stack on the chain and we flip that dream.
They ain't think I learned it, now I teach the class. Wallet unsecure and my coin move fast. Used to chase up bags, now building from code. LCA raised me, I walk with the load. Brandon said, girl, you the vault, not the chase. Now I'm buying up land in a digital space. I don't beg for a seat, I create the room. Turn trauma to tuition when the market's boom. From NFTs to DO stacks real. I don't flex, I found out what the pill. Crypto queen with a 6-figure streak. In the same hills they told me with 2 street. Call me dangerous, call me wise. I got Bitcoin eyes and decentralized ties. We ain't followers, now we the spark. LCA lit, we lead from the dark. Hey. Keys in my hand, no lock, no leash.
Brandon taught the streets how to build and teach.
Hey. From the crash to the chain, now the code run deep.
By LCA got them earning while they sleep.
They was broke with no no vision, now they crypto live.
Yeah, told the girls in the trap, you can't own that
Every league where the hustle get clean.
Now we stack on the chain and we flip that dream.
No middleman, no debt, no limit.
Crypto is ours now.
How we hold the code.
LCA, Brandon Ivey.